And the Stanford foul.
Audrey Warren did a terrific job jumping the passing lane and did not let Haley Jones post her up. That is a big-time defensive play.
So people going to look as the Hull just picked up her fourth and say, well, Audrey Warren only had 6 points today, but boy, she's done all the other things, drawing charges, making that defensive play that you mentioned.
Well, Stanford's going to have to get a tip or deflection, try to get a steal. If not, they're going to have to foul right away. So Tara Vanderveer putting a little bit of defense on the floor here, maybe a little bit more quickness.
Yeah, there's Fran Belibi coming back in at 6'1". Agnes Emma Nopu, a 5'11" sophomore, checks in for the first time, number 2. And she is guarding Harmon, sent her in probably to waste the foul with that after she was not able to come up with the steal. There you see it, the last non-conference home loss right before Christmas 4 years ago against Tennessee, who was in the top 10 at the time. 21-game winning streak on the line.
Getting offense back on the floor for Tara Vanderveer.
Getting Ashton Prechtel back in. Oh, Rory Harmon, what a debut for her as a collegian on national television.
This free throw is important because it makes it 3 possessions.
Lexi Hull grabs it. Stanford calls a very quick timeout. Stanford in the bonus, have a couple of timeouts remaining. So when these two teams played 2 years ago, right? December in Austin, Charlie Collier had 20 points. #1 overall pick of the WNBA this past April, and then Joyner Holmes with a dozen. The Longhorns upset Stanford, their first win against an AP #1 team since 2004. And now they're trying to take out the defending champs and the #3 team at Maples, where this team hardly ever loses.
Well, Vic Schaefer, his team knows what their identity is, right? They're a ball pressure up the line, very good defensive team that executes the dribble drive very well with the kind of personnel that he needed to be able to run his system, and he got it in that freshman class.
Another nice. 21 seconds left to go. Let's quickly go to Monica McNutt in the studio.
Thank you, Pam. Kentucky at Indiana is underway 4-2 early. At the conclusion of our ball game, Texas versus Stanford, Kentucky and Indiana will be back over on ESPN. For now, head over to ESPN News.
All right, that game starting on ESPN News, but stay right here on ESPN because we have an upset in the making.
So Stanford doesn't necessarily need to have a 3, but they've got to score quickly. It's a 2-possession game, but if you can get a 3 and it's the best option you have available. And Stanford in the game today has only made 3 triples. Lacey Hull has 2 of them, and Ashton Prechtel has 1. Excuse me, Lexi is number 12. Lexi Hull has 2.
They have missed 20 of their 23 three-point attempts.
So
that's amazing.
If you can get a direct pass to Haley Jones to the block and she can score quickly, or if not, get it inside to her if she has an option to kick it out for a 3, then you're going to have to foul right away. Texas, who's only turned the ball over 10 times, has 2 timeouts remaining.
Game was tied after 1 quarter, tied at the half. Stanford up 5 coming into the 4th, but it's been all Texas. Long 3 for Prechtel! Oh my!
That was NBA range. Wow. Now maybe the body language and the energy has shifted a little bit. Look at Prechtel. This is 6'5", gets her feet under her shoulders. Look at the range. It's not how many you make, Pam. It's when you make them. And now you're playing the math game, okay? Now Texas has to take care of the ball. They're going to inbound and advance the ball up front here. And you know Stanford's going to go for a steal, maybe a trap, and look to foul right away. You don't have much time if you're Stanford to mess around with it. You got to foul, and I would not let Rory Harmon catch the ball. If I could deny her and make someone else catch.
Yeah, because Harmon, if she catches it,
actually, Vic Schaefer has elected not to advance the ball. He wants to inbound it under his basket and use the speed of his team in a full court situation. So in this situation, Stanford can't get beat over the top. And Prechtel at 6'5" is on the ball. Yep.
Getting it into Harmon, that's a smart way to go. She is so fast. And it forces Manopu to foul her.
3 for 6, Pam, is Rory Harmon from the free throw line. This young freshman has been focused and has been terrific all game. Stanford will call timeout and advance the ball here.
Wow, so cool. Got them both. And that adorable little girl is Deanna Jackson-Durrett's daughter, Layla, right?
That's right, Layla. I asked her today if she had the scouting report down, and she pointed to her finger to her forehead like she had it in her head, and she's 3.
Yeah. The paisley top with the burnt orange pants and scarf. The camera shy for once. Holly Schaefer, who is Vic Schaefer's wife. There she is.
Okay, so if you're Stanford, you same thing here, Pam. If you can get a 3, you take it. If not, you got to score quickly. You want to try to extend the game as much as you can.
Vanderveer, that's Kate Pay, Katie Stedding over there on the bench. Great staff.
And Texas going to switch on everything here. And I would see if I could get Haley Jones to the block or Prechtel outside the arc. And what Texas is going to do is they pre-switch.
Jones trying to get free, has it, has to shoot. Prechtel just a little bit too strong. Rebound, Audrey Warren. And a held ball, possession arrow in favor of Stanford.
That was a well-executed play. Prechtel had a great look.
Just a little bit too strong. Timeout, Texas. Keep it here with 9.2 seconds left to go.
What a great job Vic Schaefer and his staff have done today. I mean, just a terrific job to come in here and show what they're capable of doing. Of course, their schedule doesn't get much easier after today. And Pam, they're going to hit Tennessee on the 21st on the road, and then later on at Texas A&M. That's Gary Blair, who has announced that he will be retiring at the end of this season. Of course, Vic Schaefer was on Gary's staff at Arkansas and at Texas A&M when they won the national championship.
15 years an assistant under Gary Blair. And they're also going on the road to play Arizona later in December. So tough stuff for Texas, but here we go. Haley Jones with the inbound, Belibi, Prechtel, 3. Another one, close but no result. And now a foul on the rebound as Jones is struggling to get up. Foul on Texas.
She got cleared out on a box out. So now it stops the clock, and now Jones will go to the free throw line. Well, Ashton Prechtel, how about 3 consecutive plays that Stanford runs for their 6'5" post player for 3s?
Hit the first one. The next 2 were close, but rimmed out.
Okay, so now do you intentionally miss this one? Try to tap it out to 3. You still need 2 scores.
Just 4.2 seconds left. And Anofu back in, Prechtel and Hull. Lacey out, Brink back in to get on the ball.
You got to get a steal, a deflection, a tip, possession of the ball, or a 5-second count.
Warren.
Timeout, Texas.
Ooh, got it into Ebo, but
In that high ball screen action in the middle third.
4 of them to be exact.
See, now Texas advances the ball, which is the right time to do it, right? Because you don't want to turn the ball over underneath your own basket and give Stanford a chance in the scoring area to get a steal.
Stanford unable to get the steal, so Lexi Hull forced a foul, and she is fouled out of the game. Does so with a team-high 16 points and 11 rebounds, so Hull gets the double-double. And now Matharu, who is the offensive hero here in the fourth quarter, can ice it. Schaefer gets his other 4 players off the free throw line. Matharu with 14 points in this quarter.
No, I'm sorry, Stanford did have a timeout left. We had it as no timeouts left.
Sorry about that. 17, excuse me, for Matharu in this quarter. 17 points for her. Harmon with the team high 21 for Texas. And yep, some of the folks, Layla's falling asleep. Come on. Making the trip from Austin, and looks like it's going to pay off, Deb. But how about Aaliyah Matharu here in the fourth quarter?
I mean, the transfer from Mississippi State was terrific beyond the arc. She does a nice job of playing in this middle third in their middle ball screen action. She just pulls it back with a cushion and knocks it down. See, this is the danger of Texas off the bounce. You have to play them a little softer out there, and Matharu knocked down some threes, 4 of them.
And that's not today. I mean, she was 0 for 3 coming in, 0 for 3 from the floor coming into the fourth quarter with no points.
Total team effort by Texas. They set the tone early.
Dick Schaefer said if they could hang in there for the first 5 minutes, the next 35 minutes would just be basketball. And that basketball was in favor of the Longhorns with a terrific fourth quarter. And the Longhorns have upset the defending champs. And for the second time, they take down Stanford as a top 5 opponent.
What an incredible team win for Vic Schaefer in just his second year at Texas. You could see the effort at the end of last season, and then one of the things he told his team was make them bleed to score. He made it tough all game for Stanford.
So Texas takes it 61-56, snapping their 21-game win streak. For Deb Antonelli, I'm Pam Ward as we say so long from Stanford.